This is Dean with Body by Yoga. Welcome to the lower body workout. This is going to be a constant workout, constant demand on your lower body. Very few breaks, if any. Constant body weight exercises. Lots of isometric exercises. Also a few dynamic, a few non-static exercises will be in there. A little bit of movement. At the end of this workout, you will not be able to do another squat. That is the intention. All right, we're going to start off with some squats to help get your breathing going, to help get your range of motion going. So we're going to start off your feet. Remember, yoga's different. Our feet are going to be about 6 inches apart, about 2 fist widths. Middle toes aligned with your heels. So your feet are facing straight forward, not out at an angle. All right, from here, take your arms straight out. Sit down into chair pose, just like a squat. Inhale here. Lift, and then exhale. Put your hands through, straighten your legs. Inhale, back up. Exhale, swing your arms through, straighten your legs. Back up. Back up. Make sure your core is engaged. Back, flat, forward fold. Back up. Swing it through. Up. Sit your hips down low, knees maybe just over the toes, thighs engaged, and swing through. Back up. Swing through. 7. Back up. 8, and stand up. Back up. 9, swing it through. Look behind you. Last one. 10. And then swing your arms through. Stand up. Relax your hands. Look all the way behind you. Press up through your heels. Get a little bit of a stretch for your hamstrings and your lower back. And then from there, take your left foot to the back, moving into a low lunge. Sorry, a runner's lunge here. Feet about 4 inches apart. Notice that the back leg is straight. Press down to your heel and your right foot. Pull your chest forward and up. Squeeze your core tight. You're trying to make a straight line from your left heel all the way to your head. You want all the body weight really pressing down through your right heel, squeezing your right quad tight, squeezing your left quad tight, squeezing both legs. A couple more breaths here. Just warming up the upper body, but also, the lower body. Also a lot of demand here just to warm up though, so we're really activating the muscles in the lower body. And then take the knee down, untuck the back foot, reach your arms up for a low lunge. This is the only part of the whole workout where one knee will be down. For the rest of this workout, apart from this, your legs are going to be off the ground. You're going to be using your legs to support your body weight, not resting. Press your hips forward, bring your butt under your body, really open up your hip flexor in your left side. And then lower your hands down. Walk your right foot forward a few inches, shift your hips back, bring it into a half split. So chest is pulling forward, right knee is slightly bent, right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward slightly. So you've got a stretch going in your calf, in your hamstring, and in your lower back. And pull your chest forward toward your foot. I want you to think about chest to foot instead of head to knee. And then make sure that your toes are pulling back toward your face. Last breath here. And then switch legs. Left leg is up, right foot is back. Runner's lunge. Again, feet about 4 inches apart. And then from there, back leg straightens. Knee over your ankle and your front foot. Chest pulling forward, fingertips just grazing the ground. And really squeeze this back thigh tight. Make sure that the knee is lifted. Now press down through your left thigh. You'll feel your hip flexor really activate in your left side. Your hamstring will really activate in your left leg. Sit down a little bit deeper. Knees still over the ankle. Really digging down through that heel, pressing down, pushing your foot into the ground to press your upper body away from the ground. And then take the back knee down, untuck the back foot, bring it into a low lunge. Hands up in the air, right hip pulling forward, butt under your torso. And a few breaths here to open up your hip flexor. So really pull that right hip forward, keep your butt reaching under your body. I'm not going to do this because of my knee right now, so just keep your knee all the way down now and pulling your foot forward. Not like I'm doing. Arms are up, shoulders relaxed, core engaged. And then take your hands down, shift your hips back, and flex your toes and your left foot toward your face. Pull your left hip back, pull your right hip forward. Slight bend to your left knee so it's not locked out. Toes reaching toward your face, chest reaching toward your toes. Take a good 5 breaths here to help open up your lower back, help stretch your hamstrings and your calves. And again, this is the only exercise, these last 2 exercises that we did, that low lunge and this half split, that will be anything resembling a break in this workout. All right, and then take your right foot back up to meet your left foot. Feet about 6 inches apart. Sit your hips down. Take your arms straight out in front of you for chair pose. So, lower back is flat, core is engaged, feeling the pressure in your thighs and in your hip flexors here. Arms are straight out, shoulders plugged in. You can sit your hips back a little bit more, pull your chest back to engage your core a little bit more, maybe make it a little bit harder for your legs. All right, and then lower your hands down, take your left foot to the back to that runner's lunge, and then take your arms up overhead for a high lunge. So this is really going to tax your hip flexibility a little bit more than that runner's lunge. Make sure that you're keeping your butt under your body, keeping your knee over your ankle and your front foot, and your arms are extended overhead. Really squeezing your core with every exhale. The more you engage your core here, the deeper the stretch will be in your hip flexor. So you're working on strength, you're working on endurance in your thighs while opening up your hips, while working on your range of motion. That's what makes this workout special. All right, take your left foot up to meet your right foot and then drop your right foot to the back. Runner's lunge at first on the opposite side. Tailbone reaches down, so core engages. Butt comes under the body slightly, arms reach up overhead, and on the exhale, sit down a little bit lower. Biceps framing your ears. If you can't reach your arms back without your chest staying drawn in, your core staying engaged, just take your arms here. As much as you need to go until you feel a stretch in your upper body and you're not pinching into your low back. Try sitting a little bit deeper and make sure that back knee is raised. Okay, so you're squeezing this thigh tight, knee over your ankle and your front foot, shoulders and hips both facing straight forward. And then take your hands down, step your left foot to the back, bring it into a plank, shoulders over your hands. Lift your left leg up in the air and squeeze the thigh on your right leg. Squeeze it tight as you can. Pull your chest forward, squeeze your thigh tight as hard as you can. And then switch legs. Right leg comes up, squeeze your left thigh as tight as you can. Muscle to bone. And relax, take it down all the way to the ground. Flip the tops of your feet. So now your toenails are touching the ground. Flex your thighs so your knees are off the ground. Lift your chest. Cobra. Just a little bit here. Relax back down. And then take it into down dog. So down dog, I want you to focus on flexibility in your hamstrings now. So press your chest back toward your thighs. Lift your hips on the inhale. Exhale and press your heels down. So we're feeling the stretch in the entire backside of your body, your lower back, your hamstrings, your calves. Okay, and then bring your left foot up in the air and step your right foot up all the way. Sorry, right foot up in the air, right foot up all the way. Back into high lunge, arms back up. So back to where we just were, now with a little bit of added hip hamstring flexibility. So the back of your legs are a little bit more flexible now. You'll be able to get a little bit deeper into this than you were before. Take your hands to center, lean your upper body forward, take your hands out wide. So now we're in a bit of a different high lunge, trying to make a straight line from the back heel all the way to the head, keeping the core engaged, pressing down through the heel still, keeping the weight there. All right, we're going to do a little bit of balancing here. Press down through your right foot, drive your left foot forward, bring it up into airplane. Hips stay even, so the left glute is relaxed. Right hip lifts slightly, squeeze the right thigh really tight. Keep your arms out at your sides. Keep pulling your chest forward, getting length in your body. You can press your toes to the back, or you can flex your toes toward your face. Either way works. Taking the standing split, lower your hands to the ground, bend your knee as much as you need to do so, and then lift your left leg up as high as you can. Point your toes to the ceiling, lock out the left leg. The right leg doesn't need to be locked out. Press your chest toward the ground and lift up. 15 seconds here, or 3 breaths. Keep your shoulders relaxed, away from your head. Keep your neck relaxed, so you're looking behind you. If you want to make it more challenging, start by taking the right hand to the back of your right calf, and then the left hand to the back of the calf. A little bit more balance factor involved there. And then take your left foot all the way back, back in a runner's lunge, hands either side of your right foot, and step your right foot back, back into plank. Lift your left foot off the ground, squeeze it for about 3 breaths. Squeeze your thigh, squeeze both thighs. Left leg down, right leg up. Squeeze both thighs again. Chest is pulling forward, shoulders over your hands. Back flat. And then back into down dog. Left leg up, left leg forward. Down between your hands, butt draws under the body, back up to high lunge. Shoulders relax. Belly button back to your spine. Notice how my butt is under my body. It's not poking out behind me. Under my body. If it's too hard, with this length, step your foot up a little bit more. Just make it so you can get your butt under your body and keep your knee over your ankle. Squeeze your core tight on every exhale. Take your hands to center. Reach your chest forward. Take your arms behind you, pull your body forward. A couple breaths here. Still digging down through your left heel, squeezing all the muscles in your left thigh. And then drag your right foot forward, bring it into airplane. Keep your left hip up, keep your right hip relaxed. Again, toes can flex toward the face or press away from you. Your choice. Pull your body forward, balance here. Grab the ground with your left foot. Squeeze your thigh tight, slight bend to the knee. And then lower the hands down. Press your left foot into the ground. Lift your right foot higher. Press your chest toward your shin. Keep your neck relaxed. Reach your right leg up as high as you can, keeping your hips even. Now you can take your left hand to your left calf, and then take your right hand to meet it to add a little bit more balance challenge here. Neck is relaxed, looking all the way behind you. And then take your right foot all the way to the back. Back to a runner's lunge. Take your hands down, and then take your left foot back, meet your right foot back into plank. Lift your left leg off the ground, squeeze your right thigh tight for 3 breaths. Lower it down, right leg up. Squeeze your left thigh tight, 3 breaths. Use your core. Take your right foot down, lower it down all the way, bring it back up into Cobra to reset your spine, and then release it down, take it back into Down Dog. Pressing down through the fingers, pressing your chest back to your thighs, lifting your hips, making that lower back flat, and then pressing down through your heels so that you're getting a stretch in your calves and in your hamstrings. Right foot up, step your right foot forward, plant it down between your hands, and then take it back up to the high lunge. So hips should be really open now. You should be getting really comfortable with this high lunge. Really pressing down to the heels. Try squeezing your feet toward one another to activate your inner thigh muscles. Take your hands to center, and then take your left knee up to your hip level, knee in front of your body, balancing on your right leg. All right, here we're gonna do some single leg squat kickbacks. So this is good for balance, this is good for strength in one leg, a little bit more weight in that leg, a little bit harder. So for this, take a big inhale and lift up. Exhale, kick back, bend your right knee, pull your body forward. Inhale back up. Exhale, kick back. We're doing 5 of these. Bend your knee as much as you can. Try and keep your back flat. Back up. And back. Back up. And kick back. Nice and slow, in control. Back up. Last one, kick it back. Push the air out. And bring your knee back. Still balancing here. Now extend your left leg forward. As high as you can. Press your hips forward. Lift your chest up. Notice how I'm keeping my hips under my shoulders. I'm not leaning forward. Take your arms up. Lift your leg up for 10 seconds. Squeeze your thigh tight. And then kick it all the way back. Back into runner's lunge, and then right foot back. Lift your left leg up in the air. Squeeze your right thigh for 3 breaths. Right leg up, left leg down. Squeeze your left thigh, 3 breaths, as hard as you can. Both feet down, back into down dog. Let your hamstrings relax a little bit. Open the back of your body back up. Press down, press your heels down, lift your hips up. Left leg up. Left leg forward, down between your hands, up into high lunge. Butt under the body, belly button back to your spine, no pressure in the lower back. All right, from here, drag your right foot forward, bring your right knee to hip level in front of your body, left leg straight. Balancing. All right, from here, inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, kick back, bend the left knee, squat into the left knee, pull your body forward. Inhale, back up. And squat. Press the foot back. There's 2. Press back up through your heel. Bring your knee forward. Exhale, push it back. Back up. Press it back. Exhale. Inhale, back up. Exhale, push it back. Back up. And then keep your knee up there. Keep balancing on your left leg. Keep your hips pushing forward. Extend your right leg out in front of you. Lift your foot up as high as you can. Keep your hips level. You're not pushing your hips forward. And then take your arms up. 10 seconds here. Lift your ribs away from your hips. Squeeze your left thigh tight. Lift your right leg up a little bit higher. And then take your right foot all the way to the back. Back to runner's lunge. Take your hands down. Take your left foot back. All right. And then lift your left leg up. Squeeze your right thigh. 3 breaths here. Switch legs. Squeeze the left thigh. Pull your body forward. Back to down dog. Bend your knees, look forward. Step or jump to the top, land lightly. Forward fold, release down. And then take your feet out wide, 6 inches. Sit your hips down, extend your arms forward in line with your biceps, forming a straight line from your hips to your hands. And then tilt your upper body 45 degrees, bring it up into chair pose. Core really engaged, lower back flat, pressing down through the heels, reaching the toes toward the face. Keep your gaze up, looking forward. As long as you gaze forward, you won't fall down. As soon as you look down, guess where you're gonna go? Down. Sit your hips down a little bit lower. 10 more seconds. And then stand back up. Hands back to center. All right. Take your feet together. Right foot forward. Take your left foot to the back. Bring it into warrior 2. Knee over your ankle and your front foot. Hips facing out to the side. Back leg straight. Shoulders over your hips. Bending into the front knee until that knee is right over the ankle. Make sure that you can see your big toe around the knee, and then take your arms out wide. Look straight over your right hand, and focus on getting your butt under your body, pulling your thighs away from one another, and then pressing your left hip into your right hip to open up the hips a little bit more. This is going to be really challenging for your right thigh. A lot of strength building going on. A lot of endurance building going on. At the same time, you're developing hip flexibility in your thighs. Keep your arms up. Try lifting your toes off the ground and flexing your toes toward your face. Flip your front hand, reach it up and back. Reverse warrior. Keep your knees the same, still pressing forward into your right knee. Really reach up. Stretch out the right side of your body. Get a little break. And then take it into side angle. Outside of the left right wrist to the inside of the knee. Shoulder rolls back. Arm extends up. Butt draws under your torso. Still pressing to the outside of the back foot. Still pressing down through this right heel, and then using the forearm to open up your thigh even more. 3 breaths here. Just focus on breathing. As long as you're breathing, you can do it. And then take it back up into warrior 2. Look straight over your right hand. Give me 5 good breaths.
Keep your core engaged. Nothing should be working above your core. If you're doing this right, all the pressure is in your legs and in your core. 10 more seconds. And then straighten your right leg. Turn your right foot in. Turn your left foot out. Opposite side, getting right into it. Knee over the ankle on the front foot. Now left knee over left ankle. Back leg is straight. Pressing into the outside of the back foot. So you have that little shadow between your arch of your foot and the ground. But under the body, shoulders back slightly, hips and shoulders facing straight out to the side, knee over the ankle on the front foot, arms up, shoulders relaxed, and look straight over your left hand. Make sure that you can see the knee around your ankle and your front foot. Back foot is turned in slightly, so it's not a 90-degree angle, it's more like an 85-degree angle. So that way you can externally rotate the thigh. So you're bringing the front of your thigh kind of toward the back, if that makes sense. Helps open the hip flexors up a little bit more. And then you're pressing your right hip into your left hip to open up your hips even more. Really getting a nice stretch in your hip flexors. At the same time, working on endurance in your left leg. Without changing your legs. Flip your front hand, reach it up and back for reverse warrior. Keep your left knee pressing forward, keep pressing into the outside of your back foot. Stretch out the left side of your body, a little bit of a break here. And then from here, side angle, left wrist inside the left knee, arms come up, right shoulder rolls back, butt pushes forward, bring your butt under your body, roll the right hip back, press the left knee into the left wrist, and the left wrist into the left knee to open up even more. Make sure the pressure's still in this left leg, so really pressing down through the heel, keeping your head pulling forward, keeping length in your body. And then bring your arms back up, back into Warrior Two. 5 good breaths in Warrior Two. Pressing down through the heel, knee over your ankle and your front foot. Press forward a little bit more. Last big breath. And then turn your feet in. All right, so toes face slightly in, heels slightly out. Squeeze your thighs together to pull your hips forward. Bring your arms out wide. Big inhale, lift the chest. And then swan dive. Press your chest as far forward as you can. Keep your back flat as much as you can. And relax your upper body toward the ground. This is the last little break before we go into the final poses to really work on developing lower body strength, endurance, and flexibility. Feel the stretch in your lower back. You can walk your hands behind your feet, pull your body down, or you can press your hands down into the ground in line with your feet. Just keep your neck relaxed, keep your thighs engaged, and your shoulders away from your head. All right, bring your hands to your hips. Stand up all the way, core engaged, flat back, and then turn your heels in, toes out. All right, haka pose. This is one of the final challenges here. Make sure that you can see the insides of your ankles. All right, I want your knees to the back, your hips pulling forward, so your torso is right on top of your hips. From here, arms come straight out, act as a counterbalance. Big breath. Inhale, lift your chest, lean back, and then exhale, sit down. So this is pretty much a double Warrior Two. You're opening up both hips at the same time. It's not as hard because you've got both legs bent. You can support the weight of your body a little bit more here. Arms are straight out, shoulders over the hips, hips under the shoulders. So pressing your hips forward, bringing your shoulders back. I know you're getting tired, just keep pushing. With every exhale, see if you can sit down a little bit lower. You don't want your hips to pass your knees. If they do, turn your feet out a little bit more or separate your feet a little bit wider. If you notice your knees coming in, turn your feet in a little bit more. 5 more good breaths here. Really sitting back in my shoulders. Sit down another ½ inch. If you're trembling, that's a good thing. So am I. One last breath. And then stand up. All right, almost done. Going into a final chair pose. We're gonna do a full minute here. Work on your breathing in and out through your nose, controlling your breath so you control your body. This is the final test. Feet 6 inches apart, arms straight out in front of you, squat hold, chair pose. The name doesn't matter. Take it down. Middle toes align with your heels. Outer edges of your feet parallel with the mat or your carpet, or wherever the fuck you're practicing this shit. Keep your hips to the back, arms straight up in front of you, shoulders pulling back, and then really squeeze your inner thigh muscles. So squeeze these muscles on the insides of your thighs. Activate everything here. Keep your core engaged, no pain in your lower back. Shoulders drawing back, and try getting to the point where your hips are level with your knees. That's the final challenge. 30 more seconds. Look something straight in front of you. Stare it down. Pull your shoulders back, sit down a little bit lower. One more breath. And then stand up. All done. 2 cool down poses here. Bring it onto your butt. Take your right leg out in front of you. Bring your foot behind you. Left foot behind you. Lean back onto your right side and just let this stretch happen. You can take your left forearm to the ground if it's comfortable, as long as there's no pinching in your low back, no pinching in your knee, or you can just hold it right here. The other option, if this is too painful, roll over onto your right side, grab the back of your the top of your left leg, foot, and then pull your heel back toward your butt. We're stretching out the quads here and the hip flexor. So those muscles in the front of your thigh. The second largest muscle in your body, behind your glutes. I'm getting a really nice long stretch here because we just did a ton of stuff with your quads. Every time your knees were bent, your quads were being taxed. We were working your quads every time the knee was bent. So a lot of quad work involved. And then release that leg, switch legs, roll over onto your left side, or take the foot down, tuck it, and then lean back. Or again, that variation, pulling the heel in toward the butt, pressing your hips forward, thinking about lengthening the area from your knee to your ribs. So from here to here, making that area as long as you can. Bringing your breathing back to normal now because the workout's all done. And the easier you can breathe while you're stretching, the more effective it will be. The more your muscles can relax, the more they can start to lengthen, to start to repair themselves. And then release. Final stretch. Both legs out in front of you. Hamstring stretch. Ton of stuff with our hamstrings today. We're going to do one stretch for those. Get your butt out of the way. So I want you to sit down on the tops of your thighs rather than your butt. So you're not sitting back here like this. You're sitting forward. Big inhale, reach your arms up. Bend your knees if you need to, and then grab your feet. Pull your chest forward. And then from there, depending on your flexibility, push your heels forward. Pull your body forward. So you want to feel this stretch, not just in your hamstrings, not just in the backs of your thighs, but also in your calves and in your lower back. So pretty much the entire back side of your body, from here, your lower back, all the way to your heels. As you inhale, lift your chest up. As you exhale, push forward. Keep your feet active, so you're really reaching your feet back towards your face. If your feet are lazy, you're not getting the full benefit of this stretch. You're not getting your calves. If you have tight calves, that can lead to shin splints. Muscle imbalances can lead to injuries, so make sure that you're getting your calves involved in this stretch. Don't get lazy on the final stretch. Last big breath here. Push forward, pull forward, maybe get your head to your shins, and then relax. All right, that's it. You made it through the lower body workout.